All right, so now let's move on to the housing market and what happened last week. This housing market continues to be, I think, one of the most strange markets that anybody has ever seen, ever. And what I mean strange is you've got, people essentially just on the sideline. You've got sellers that don't want to sell. You have buyer demand that continues to go up and down, up and down. And it's heavily dependent on mortgage interest rates. And you've got all these people on the sidelines, yet you've got home sales coming down, but you don't have what I think a lot of people thought we would see, which is like this massive price decline, this massive housing market crash, as people would put it. And so what I'm going to do is on the episode that I shoot on Mondays, I'm going to give you guys just an update on what's happening more so in real time. I know I do my big monthly market updates, but I'm going to start to do these weekly. So let me give you a quick rundown of what happened last week. So active listings rose by about 8,500. Purchase applications went down again 10%. We're going to talk about what happened. And specifically, it's because mortgage rates started off the week at about 6.6%, and they went up. They ended up a little bit higher at the end of the week. And that's what we see with mortgage applications, and it makes sense, right? So as mortgage rates go down, purchase apps go up, and the exact opposite is true. Okay, so let's talk about, first off, inventory as of last week. So from April 14th through April 21st, inventory rose from 405,000 homes for sale to about 414,000 homes for sale. Let me give you some context around that. The same time last week, inventory was at about 270,000 homes for sale. So we haven't quite doubled, but you can see inventory has absolutely rose from just a year ago. The peak in 2023 was about 472,000 homes. So inventory levels still are really low. And so for context matters, because a lot of people that have a lot of fear and worry about this housing market or housing prices crashing, if you look at where we were at in 2015, we had over 1 million houses for sale. So we're sitting at about 400,000 for sale right now. And so with inventory being so low, this is helping prices to stay flat, essentially. I mean, we're down maybe a point from this time last year, where a lot of people, based on interest rates spiking as they did, a lot of people said, okay, that's it. The housing market's over. Housing market's going to collapse. Well, we haven't seen prices dip like a lot of people thought they would. So new listing data, although hasn't recovered since last year because of the big mortgage spike, we have been trending at all-time lows still in 2023. So new listings, things coming into the market. Okay, this time last week in 2021, 70,000 homes hit the market. This time last year, 60,000 homes hit the market. And last week, 59,000 homes hit the market. So this is what I was talking about at the beginning, in that home sellers don't want to move. We know why. It's because they're having a difficult time, number one, finding where to go. Number two, prices are still really, really high. And then three, rates are really high. So traditionally, people that would be moving, they're sitting on the sideline. So again, for some historical perspective, back when housing inventories were more normal, okay, we usually get about 90,000 homes that are hitting the market every single week. Okay, in 2016, 95,000 homes were hitting the market every week. And so new listings, people are just sitting on the sideline. So let's just look at even some more perspective as to why home prices haven't crashed. This is vitally important. If you're in the real estate industry, this is vitally important for you to understand. Even though home sales are down, a lot of people are making it's made a lot of headlines. Home sales are down 22%. The last time home sales were down, okay, and we looked at this and we said, okay, the last time that happened, which was about 2007, the total active listings we're over 4 million homes actively on the market. Well, right now we have 400,000 homes on the market. This is why we have not seen prices crash. And so, again, even though total sales are down, we're only at 980,000 total active listings. This includes new listings coming in the market, pending listings, all unsold inventory, versus 4 million. And so this is a massive, massive difference. If we look at just inventory, the month's worth of supply give you more context. Because without knowing the months of inventory, 4 million to 980,000 might not mean a lot. Well, I'll explain it. Right now, we're sitting at about 2.6 months worth of inventory. And traditionally speaking, anything between 3 and 6 months is still, by definition, a seller's market. If you look back to 2007, 2008, 2009, when we were sitting at about 4 million homes on the market, we had upwards of 10 months of inventory, and therefore, by definition, heavily a buyer's market as prices crash because you get a lot more supply than you do demand. Well, right now, even though demand has been challenging from week to week to week to week, inventory is still sitting at record lows, which is causing this massive, weird housing market right now. Prices aren't really dipping. So let's look at purchase application data. So here's the thing. Since November 9th, right, we saw the huge mortgage rate increase late last year. And so since November 9th, we've had 15 positive purchase application reports, meaning purchase applications were up versus 6 down reports. So every week we're trying to say, okay, well, what's happening? These were down 10% as of last week because mortgage rates went up. And the thing that's driving these mortgage interest rates is, of course, the economy. And so if the economy continues to go down the path that a lot believe that it will, and that is towards a recession, mortgage interest rates should get lower. If they get lower, maybe that gets more people off the sideline, gets this housing market moving again this spring and this summer. So the week ahead, a couple big things that are happening this week right now that I will talk about next week is Tuesday, we've got the new home sales report. So we're going to see, okay, are home sales rebounding off of last month? We're going to find out. We've got the CoreLogic Case-Shiller home price report to see what is happening with prices month over month, year over year. And so as we get those reports, I will, of course, update you guys. But let me know what questions you guys have and or anything that I can do to support you in your real estate agent business. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, or we'll see you guys on tomorrow's episode, rather.